Yellowstone volcano, how USGS admitted we're tracking it after caldera rose by 2 feet. The Yellowstone volcano's caldera has risen up to 70 centimeters in parts, according to a USGS scientists who revealed they will continue to monitor it. The Yellowstone supervolcano located in Yellowstone National Park in western U.S. It last erupted 630,000 years ago, but it is of great interest to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, as it continues to pose a threat. Jacob Lowenstein, a leading scientist in charge of monitoring Yellowstone, revealed how the caldera has risen by 2.3 feet over time. Speaking at a public lecture in Menlo Park, California in 2014, Mr. Lowenstein revealed how the ground rise from Yellowstone was measured. He said, "So the really remarkable thing about Yellowstone is that it moves up and down. The ground surface is unstable and over time it moves." Bob Smith was one of the parties that came in and resurveyed a series of roads that hadn't been surveyed since the 20s. Dan Zarizim also worked on this topic. He's from the Cascades Volcano Observatory. Bob and his colleagues reoccupied the benchmarks that were done previously in Yellowstone. And he made a contour map that shows the number of millimeters that the area has gone up. He went on to reveal how parts of the ground had risen as much as 70 centimeters, 2.3 feet, in the last 50 years. He added, "You can make out 500, 400 and 700 is the largest in the middle. Most of the activity is going on in the caldera and the uplift is about 700 millimeters in between two areas we call the resurgent domes. So it's 700 millimeters, 70 centimeters, which is about 2 feet, and so that has happened in 50 years. This is a remarkable observation and something we have been tracking ever since. We're trying to understand it." Mr. Lowenstein revealed during the same lecture how Philtis Norris witnessed a geyser gone bad in the 19th century. He said, Philtis Norris was the second superintendent at Yellowstone and he had the good fortune of witnessing a hydrothermal explosion. It was a geyser gone bad, rocks were thrown into the air, and he had a great quote about his experience. A hydrothermal explosion occurs when superheated water trapped below the surface of the Earth rapidly converts from liquid to steam. Mr. Lowenstein continued. He said, "The pool was considerably enlarged, its immediate borders swept entirely clear of all movable rock, enough of which had been hurled or forced back to form a ridge from knee to breast high at a distance of 20 to 50 feet from the ragged edge of the yawning chasm." A very alliterative quote, but essentially describing the hydrothermal explosion. Mr. Norris, who in turn had the geyser named after him, was a key figure in establishing the Yellowstone National Park.